I hope you're just watching Meghan McCain show. It was fantastic. Uh, Go watch it on demand if you haven't watched it yet. After you watch this, super interesting conversation. And they talked about a topic that we're going to talk about at length tonight. Once again, we're going back to the well of liberal media bias. It's so important that the country move forward with everybody feeling there's fairness. And the reason why we keep beating the same drum on the issue of Joe Biden's mental acuity, rather than doing show after show on all the things in the Trump administration we could cover, which we do also, is because people on the left and in the media don't seem to understand why this is so significant. They don't seem to understand it. And they say, well, January 6th, also very significant. I had an endless email colloquy with one of you over the course of this week. When I say endless, there's a lot of back and forth. And this person kept saying false equivalency, false equivalency. January 6th, so much worse than the cover up. No, really not. They're both horrible, both stains on the country and really important to grapple with, no doubt. But here's the difference. In one case, the media participated in a cover-up with one of the two parties. Imagine if the media was so sympathetic to Donald Trump that they had not covered January 6th. Now, I know some people on the right think the coverage was overboard or not always accurate. Fair enough. But it was covered pretty extensively and mostly fairly. But imagine if the press had participated in a cover-up of that and downplayed it and pretended it didn't happen and not just ignored it, but actively participated in a cover-up. Again, it's not a perfect metaphor, but we're going to run through once again what happened in light of something we've talked about this week. This guy, Alex Thompson, who writes for Axios, one of the few reporters who made a really good faith effort to cover what happened. And then he gave a speech at the White House Correspondents' Center on the weekend in which he said, we need to hold ourselves accountable. We have to acknowledge not just that the team Biden covered it up, but that the press didn't do a good enough job. And I praised him, but I also criticized him. And his PR person tweeted at me and said, it's dishonest to say he was dishonest. Well, I respect the guy, and I pray that his book has a full accounting of what the media did wrong, but I don't think it does from what I've heard. But book that he wrote with Jake Tapper, who was not as aggressive, let's say, in covering the story. In any event, we're going to walk through again what happened, why it's important, and how significant it would be if the people who work in the current White House or who like the current president could feel comfortable that the people who are currently covering him are fair, as opposed to the very same people and organizations who participated in the cover-up. Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing.